Alright guys, today I'm going to be making for you one of my favorite foods of all time, which is obviously pizza. But today I'm going to be making for you some pan pizza with my cast iron skillet here, which is one of my favorite things. So for this pizza, you really only need 4 basic ingredients for the dough. You need flour, which I have in this container here. You need water, which I have. You need some salt and some instant yeast. All right, so to start off, I'm gonna start with the flour. I have the recipe over here for you so that you can follow along with it while we're going through the video. So first off, we need 3 cups of flour. Now, when I was looking around my kitchen, I could only find this one measurement here, which is 1/3 of a cup, which you can see, it's 1/3 of a cup. I couldn't find my cup measurement, so I can deal with this. Now, if this is 1/3 of a cup and we need 3 full cups, we gotta decide how many we're gonna need. So if it's 1/3 of a cup, I know that 3 of these would be equal to a whole, because 3/3 is the same as a whole. So that would be 1/3, that would be 2/3, that would be 3/3. And 3 of these 3/3 is the same as 1 whole cup. That means if it takes 3 to make a 1 whole, it's gonna take double that, which is 6 to make 2 wholes. To make 3 whole cups then, you would need 3 more, which is gonna give me a total of 9/3. There's 7/3, 8/3, and 9/3. So 9/3 is the same as 3 wholes, because remember 3/3 is 1 whole, 6/3 is 2 wholes, 9/3 is 3 wholes. So we have our 3 cups of flour here. The second ingredient that we're going to need is 1.5 cups of water, which I'm just going to pour on top here. 1.5 cups of water. I already had that measured out. Now, the last 2 ingredients are the ones that we're going to talk about the most, which are the salt and the yeast. Now, when it comes to the salt, we're going to need 3/8 of an ounce. It sounds really exact because it is 3/8 of an ounce. And when it comes to the yeast, we're going to need 3/16 of an ounce. Now, when I looked at those 2 measurements, 3/8 and 3/16, I started to think about, what do those 2 numbers have in common? How are they the same? How are they different? So we're going to be looking at today about the numerator and the denominator when it comes to those 2 numbers. And we're going to be talking about some things that are the same and some things that are different.
So when it comes to our 2 fraction, we know that we have 3/8 of an ounce, and that's of salt. And we have 3/16 of an ounce, and that is of yeast. Now, I really want you to put a lot of thought into these 2 fractions, and I want you to think, how are they the same? How are they different? Think about both the numerators and the denominators. Now, from looking at those 2 things, I want you to think about a couple questions. Which are we using more of, yeast or salt? And from looking at these 2 fractions and looking at what's the same and what's different, how much more of that thing are we using? How do these 2 numbers compare? So I really want you to think about that.